Do you ever wonder how billionaires like Elon Musk can work for 80 hours a week, while people like you and I struggle to even just work for 20 minutes? They keep telling us, I'm so driven, it's impossible for me not to work. Well, when I think of my dreams, and probably also you, it just doesn't make you as motivated. There's just this wall that just makes it impossible to really work on what you should. And that can just make you end up doing nothing, thinking you're doing something you like. I have had the problem of not being able to focus for even 20 minutes. But today I can wake up, work, all the way till I go to bed. First of all, a little bit of introduction to me, my situation. When I was in high school, I was the best in my class and one of the 3 top students at my entire high school. But when I came to university, it all came crashing down. All of a sudden, having been told that I have to read 200 to 300 pages a week, and it's seeming to be true, I just couldn't do anything. I just couldn't even begin to read one text. It just seemed impossible. First of all, how to start. How to even begin working as you should. Just beginning. There's this TED video you can see right here. We'll link it. This video basically tells you that if you take a task such as I have to read this text and you chop it down into smaller bits, you can think I just have to read the first 2 words of this text. Obviously you're not just going to stop when you have read 2 first words of the text, but you're going to continue reading the text. But the way this works is you can trick your brain, because it's so complex and mysterious, you can trick it to think of it as a small task of only reading 2 words. And that way you can find it way easier to begin. Now, when should you start working? Not now, but right after you've woken up. Specifically after you've ended all of your morning rituals. By that time, if you have set 2 hours a day where you have to be serious, those 2 hours begin the moment you have done all of your morning rituals. Let's say you wake up at 7 a.m. and you're ready to work at 8 a.m. Then use the method of thinking of the task as very small and simple, thinking I just have to read the 2 first words instead of I have to read the entire text. And after that, you just have these 2 hours where you work, or whatever time amount that works for you. You can also think of it as 5 minutes, or you can just work 30 hours a day. Not 30 hours, 30 minutes, or whatever time frame that works for you. Now these 2 hours are going to consist of 45 minutes where you're being serious and 50 minutes where you're taking a break. Or 30 minutes serious, 10 minutes break, 60 minutes serious, 20 minutes break, whatever works for you. And then the way you're going to think of it while working is that after those set amount of hours a day you have set for yourself for working, after those are done, you can just think, oh, I can procrastinate as long as I want on anything I want after that. And that's entirely okay. When you've worked the set amount of time you've set, it's okay to procrastinate, you've earned it. And the reason why you should begin being serious in the morning is because that's when you have the most amount of willpower that you can use to work. Later during the day you're going to be so drained that it's just harder for you to do. And the trick is that every day you increase the amount of time you have per day to be serious in. You increase it by a little more. Such as if you're doing an hour of being serious, of working a day, then you can increase it with 5 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour a day. So that you can, on day 1, you can work for like an hour, but on day 2, you work for an hour and a half. Day 3, you're up at 2 hours. Day 4, you're at 2.5. Whatever works for you. Whatever time frame makes sense for you and you're comfortable with. It has to be in the size that make it easy for you to begin. Also, it should be noted that it's okay to procrastinate if what you're procrastinating with are chores. For example, if you have to take out the trash, or clean your room, or send a certain email, something. Something you have to do anyway at some point. Because then you can actually go away from working on that other stuff by working on something you have already taken out time from your schedule to do. You're not really losing time in that sense, you're just placing it around a way that suits you better. And now you can also be more motivated for doing your chores because now you'd rather do that than working. So procrastination works for you for once. Other important things to note is that when you have 15 minutes of a break, you shouldn't be on any social sites or anything that requires a screen, because if you go on Facebook or YouTube, I mean, those sites are designed for you to go into a loophole where you just keep procrastinating, keep watching their content, because that's how they can show you ads and make money off of you. So it's just a bad idea. When you have your break, walk around, sit and think, whatever that doesn't require a screen. You can even do your chores. I sometimes do that. Now a few tools you can use. There's a Chrome extension called Stay Focused. It's an extension that blocks, if you use the nuclear option, that blocks all sites that are not on your allowed list, so that you cannot really go on sites you're not supposed to go to because they are blocked for the set amount of time you put the app to. And eventually, when you've become very advanced in not procrastinating, you can start to listen to music on YouTube, for example. But don't start to watch episodes of something, because that's too engaging. That will make you procrastinate at some point. I recommend you listen to music that's calm and soothing. These types of music have weird titles like super intellect, focus, improve concentration, binaural beats, something like that. They have very long titles. They last for 3 hours typically. They make you calm and they make you focus better. Do not stay up late using this method. If you're tired the next day, you're going to procrastinate way more easily. And at advanced level, you can also stop daydreaming, because that's also some kind of procrastination, but I've personally found it very challenging not to daydream sometimes, especially if the text is boring. So think about that one and work towards not daydreaming anymore. At least when you're in your 45 minutes of working. That's it. Have a nice day.